Welcome back to Dicing with Death, where we find out that Home Story Cup is going on today. What? All right. We
Seat
also
Story Cup.
Home Story Cup. It's always going to be that in my mind and in my heart.
So if you have a second stream, pull it up. I think it's in the semifinals right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Second screen or
Yeah.
second stream.
Anyway, let's continue on with Dicing with Death because clearly that's more important than Home Story Cup.
Clearly.
Clearly. So you are in Ashenholt
Yeah. Do you want to pull up the map on your
on the
overlay?
overlay. That
Oh, I guess
could
then
be
you
done.
can't do the dice rolls. I don't know.
I mean,
I
I
just,
can. Here.
I just feel like that's more interesting to the viewers than the crappy drawing of whatever that temple was.
Yeah. Viewers, do note that the map over in the dice section is wrong. It's off-centered, clearly. You know
Dice
what?
section.
Let's just fix that. We're just going to redo how we display our maps and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So it is evening time, and I've just arrived in Ashenholt.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling crummy and grumpy,
Mm-hmm.
more so than usual. Do I feel like I don't want to keep traveling?
You feel like you are able to keep traveling if you so desire.
Does that sound less shitty than hanging out in the town?
That's your... I mean, I don't
I,
want to tell you how to play your character, so...
yeah, I think I'll pass through Ashenholt unless something catches my eye or some intriguing landmark. I will head east out of town.
East out of Ashenholt.
Yes.
Interesting.
Unless you want to throw in another hook to that temple.
No?
Vakanakalakan?
Oh, shit. No, I thought that was... No, that's west.
That's west.
Okay. No, my mistake. Not interesting at all.
Okay.
You're going the exact way we expected you to go.
All right. And if I feel like I need a rest, I will take it on the road.
Okay. There. Now the map will display evenly everywhere. There we go.
I haven't updated or I haven't given my level 2 character sheet to the masses.
To the masses. Look how it refers to you guys. No respect.
You chat plebs. It's not on Real Goblins. It was on Neil's subreddit somewhere. Once I hit level 3, I'll post it because then things get more interesting. The only difference between level 1 and level 2 is hit points.
Yeah.
And +1 to hit.
Cool. There we go. Now everything is displayed properly. Yeah. So, you guys are. You are
Guys.
in Ashenholt. You
Just,
guys.
the guy.
It's the royal guys. Okay, it refers to one. It's like the royal eye, right? The royal we. You say we are displeased when you're talking about yourself.
The royal y'all.
The royal y'all. Look, y'all be in Ashenholt and you headed off to Krenfa. Your journey from Krenfa to Tordlino or Tordelion to Silverbank to Cantople is all pretty much the same and fairly boring.
I was actually wondering about going off road.
Oh?
It's probably faster to travel by road, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. Much faster.
Okay. Even if the route's more direct. And it looks like I'll probably have plenty of off-roading to get to the temple.
Plenty. But Cantople, oh my, something different happens in Cantople.
Okay, so we're just fast-forwarding. I guess time blurs together. I don't necessarily notice the passing of days.
Right.
Besides the suns, but they sort of blur together.
Yeah. Life is very different as an undead. You know, you don't notice things nearly as much as you think you would. Especially time. Time really just stops having any meaning for you. But on your way to Cantople, you are walking towards the city when there is a caravan led by...
How much day is it? Sorry.
This would be... Do you travel... are you traveling day and night, or are you traveling just days, just nights?
If it seems like it's not bothering me, if I'm getting tired or whatever, I'll stop and rest. But
You don't get tired, really. I mean, your
I'll,
muscles
prob-
do get sore. Like you need to.
I'll probably, I'll probably continue with the daily prayers, even though I don't need to resume spells. So I'll take off my armor
Okay,
and
what I'm
pray
trying
for
to
an
say is
hour
that
every morning.
you don't feel the need to sleep, but you still get fatigued. But you have 19 con, so you get fatigued at the same rate that you normally would. Is what I'm trying to how I'm trying
Okay,
to put it.
and endurance, so
Right,
that fatigue comes at half as often or whatever.
right, right. So for you might be able to travel day and night anyway. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So I would have rested as needed, but I'll be traveling day and night
Okay. In that case,
and
this
continue.
is in the um, this is during the day as you're approaching Cantopple.
Okay.
There is a small caravan. It is 3 wagons being driven by men with very clean clothing that looks like it was washed just for this occasion. They all seem to be um, chanting as well as driving the wagons, kind of a very somber thing. And the whole pack is led by a man waving one of those fancy incense thingies. Walking down the road, it kind of looks like a funeral procession. And as you
A
are
or
walking,
a witch burning procession.
or a witch burning procession. And as you are kind of seeing this thing coming towards you, the man in front with the incense that's waving back and forth stops and looks
Are
directly at you and
are we
says,
within sight of Cantopple?
"No, you're not."
Okay, just on the road
He
there.
he stops and looks at you and says, "I smell death coming from you, sir."
So we're within. So he's shouting this at me. I mean, I assume we just came into sight range, or I'm
I mean, no,
just
you came into sight range and either you stopped and they walked past you, or you continued walking towards them. But at some point, your paths were crossing.
okay.
So that he says that as when he's 15, when he's 20 feet away from you.
Okay. Have we stopped and we're having a stare down, or are they continuing to walk?
He stops in his tracks
I
and
stop as well.
and
You said
says
there's
this to you.
three of them.
There's 3 wagons being
Okay.
with people in them. The
How many
wagons slow
men?
as he stops.
Rough head count.
One person driving each wagon, the guy in front, and a small procession behind. In total, 7 people.
Do I see a holy symbol on him?
You do. You see a holy symbol of. Where is our list of holy symbols? Ah, here is our list of holy symbols.
I don't have a religion proficiency, so if it's not something that I've explicitly encountered, you may wish to withhold it.
Right. This would be. Let me double check all my gods. Um,
Something I've explicitly encountered, or that's
no, this is
obvious
the
in general
Falumbra.
knowledge.
Falumbra.
It is Falumbra?
It is a priest of Falumbra. And he sniffs the air and says, "I smell death on you."
I will continue walking towards him, leaving my weapons at my back and on my side.
What
I
creature are you that are who walks with the dead? Are you here for us? Is it our time?
I may be here for you, but it is not your time yet.
No. What is this that I smell on you?
You perhaps you know better than I.
I smell death.
Indeed, I have encountered much death these past weeks.
No. This is
I
not a perfume. This emanates from you. It is part of your being. It's part of your core. He starts walking towards you, puts his incense down, and reaches out for one of your arms.
I raise my arms, let him inspect
Okay.
it.
He grabs your hand, puts his nose to it, and like starts sniffing your arm pretty intensely.
I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
You say this to him?
Sure. I don't. I mean, is that Vishnu or something like that?
Yeah.
Some Hindu scripture. But sure, I say that to him.
Yeah, it's also what they said during the Manhattan Project.
Yeah, that was Oppenheimer. But it's
Yeah.
Hindu mythology.
We're going to go with Oppenheimer here,
Okay.
just to piss off people in chat.
Physicist mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Death, the new fragrance by Falumbra.
You are not here for us, he says. It is not our time. Are you here for his worship?
No, in fact, I have become cursed. I did not seek you specifically, but I was heading north
He
to the lower
throws your hand
rift.
down and takes a few steps back.
I smile at him.
You are not an emissary of Falumbra. You are
No,
merely a victim of something. You are unnatural. You say you are.
indeed.
State your purpose.
Mm, my purpose. I sort of tilt my head.
Yes, your kind rarely exist in this world without a purpose. Why are you here?
I'm not sure that I can tell you. I do not entirely understand the nature of this curse.
Curse? What
Yes,
curse?
my soul has been misplaced, it would seem.
He glares at you. Explain yourself.
A merchant at the pit gave me some cursed gold, which lured me into the pit itself. Within, I encountered many creatures not of this plane, interacting with one of which has cast my soul asunder. I do not know which or how, but thus is my fate.
Is this. Have you accepted your fate? You said you were headed to the lower rift?
Yes, but
What
it
do you seek?
seems answers my soul. I have not accepted this fate.
You should
My
head there with all haste.
my soul was not taken, or was not. Sorry, I have not sold my soul. It was taken.
You should hurry with all haste. You may yet catch it.
Where are you heading?
A very holy man has died. We are returning his body to his homeland.
Well, it was interesting running into you. May Falumbra bless your way. And I stand aside and
He looks at
pass.
you and says, Beware, Atrilla. They may not take well to your kind there. If you are in need, seek out priests of Falumbra. They will understand.
What is the correct title to address a priest?
Uh,
And just
your holiness. Your
there's no like father, brother that I'm aware.
brother would be appropriate if you since you're both priests.
Mm-hmm.
Brother would work very well.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. And I stand aside and let them process,
Okay.
showing respect or whatever.
Okay.
For
He
for
picks
the
up
dead.
his incense thingy, and they start walking again. The
Okay.
chanting picks back up, and the riders look at the people pulling the cart who didn't hear this conversation. Look at you curiously as they proceed.
I nod. I give their animals enough breath to not frighten them.
Okay. All right.
And I will continue to Cantopple, but from there I will change my route.
Okay. You reach Cantople late in the afternoon. The sun is still up, but you're there.
Okay. I would like to seek out I want to get like a map of the area or directions of some sort. So I don't know if there's probably not going to be a map maker, but maybe a local hunter or skinner or something like that.
Yeah, one of the local
Just
hunters knows the area really well.
Okay, so I'll visit him in his shop and tell him.
Okay, his parakeet goes off the hook when you arrive. And he yells at it and throws some things at it and eventually takes the parakeet in its cage into a different room and goes, Sorry about that. She can be a real bitch sometimes.
Birds and dwarves don't really get along.
Yeah. They probably hate you for all the times you brought them into a mine. Anyway, you're looking for information around the area, I take it, Mr. Dwarf?
Yes, I'm planning an excursion up north to the woods. Some camping, some hiking, you know,
God, you rich
maybe.
people. I mean, no offense, mister, but you take camping as a sport. For me, it's a matter of survival and a way of life. But I guess if you've got money and you're bored, you try and live like us peasants, huh? Is that how it goes?
I respect your skills, sir, which is why I'm seeking your guidance.
All right, all right. Well,
Do you have any maps of the woods to the north, or maybe recommendations?
woods aren't that far. If you go in, you're gonna want to go into the woods at least a couple of miles. You'll probably end up closer to Fesbin than you will to Kentople here, but the woods to the north are pretty nice. Lately, there have been some disturbances. Uh, all sorts of new creatures are showing up left, right, and center, but that's the way of the world. Ever since my grandpa was around, we've always been experiencing more creatures of greater variety. Some people say it's the end of the world. I honestly think it's the beginning of the world. You know, you know how things go. First there were just elves, then there were ogres, and then there were humans and dwarves and whatnot, and now there's all sorts of creatures, more popping up every day.
You were very wise for a so-called peasant. He called himself a peasant, right?
Right?
That's the
Yeah.
word he used. Yeah.
Well, when you spend every day out in the woods, you learn a lot about the world.
Much time to think. Very well. If I get lost, is there an easy way to get to Fesbin? Do you have maybe a landmark I can spot for, or
Well, you know
any?
how to tell north from east, right?
The sun?
Yeah, sun travels east to west. If you can find north from there, just head north. You'll head into a road. You'll hit a road eventually. You won't be able to miss that. Then you can take that to Fesbin or wherever you end up.
All right.
Just
And
don't head west, otherwise you'll be lost for ages.
the Great Plains.
Forest, plains. You could travel for weeks without really finding any place. Make sure to head north, south, or east.
All right. Any last minute advice for an amateur woodsman?
He looks at you when you say amateur. Well, usually you pay for information. You tip those who do you a favor.
Of course. I well, that's some good advice. I hand him one of the quartz crystals.
He looks it over and says, "All right, thanks. Enjoy." And
I will leave Cantople.
okay, as you
Okay.
walk out of the place, you see him examining the gemstone.
Better, worth way more than his information or his snarky advice. Um. So I will take note of the sun setting in
Okay.
the west and head due north as best as I can gather.
Okay. It's not too hard to find due north in town. Um, and you head out into the woods. Right. So you head out into the woods. Um, you're not in the woods for more than 2.5 hours. Or you're not.
So it is dark. Do I find that I'm more comfortable in the dark than I
Oh my
was
god.
just as a dwarf? What was
Yeah.
that? Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I was like, oh my god, yes. You find
Okay.
yourself way more
So
comfortable in
what
the
about
dark.
my vision and my senses?
Your vision and senses are the same. You have not gained any special night vision or anything,
Okay.
but you
But I
already have
have.
infravision to begin
Mm.
with. So, but the night is a lot more comfortable for you.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
you
But
are you revel in it. It feels cool to the skin, and it kind of makes you feel happy.
okay. I don't have any torches. I'm assuming that's not bothering me.
No, because there's usually starlight, and then with your infravision on top of that, it's a problem. The only issue is when it's a cloudy night,
Okay.
in which case you're in pitch black.
Okay. Which is fine.
Um,
All right. So okay, you said 2.5 hours out of town.
2.5 hours in town. The forest has already started a little bit, and you are walking along no particular path when you come across a mama bear and a couple of her cubs, and they are eating the corpse of a deer.
I back up slowly, readying my maul.
All
Actually,
right.
maul in the left hand, loosing a club in my right.
Okay. The mama bear takes note of you immediately and
I'm
starts
readying an
growling.
action to throw my club as soon as I see an aggressive action from the bear,
All
but I'm
right.
trying to not get in trouble.
Okay. She growls a little bit, stops eating, and takes a few steps towards you, interposing herself between you and her cubs.
I maintain eye contact and just back away.
Okay. You back away successfully.
Okay.
Slowly. It takes a few minutes, but you manage to get a good distance away, and she doesn't seem to be chasing.
Okay. All right. I give them their distance and circle around.
You successfully avoid my bears.
Well, I would love that experience. I'm not a dual wielding minotaur. I'm not sure if I could take them down very easily. Not
So
going
you
to be one
guys,
shotting any bears here.
that's how you avoid bears. Well, that was fun. Okay. You continue into the woods. Where is the other guy I was looking for?
So it's probably pretty sparse woods at this point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very sparse. Um, okay. About to sneeze. There we go. So you continue into the woods for a while, and you come across. Crap, is it there? Sorry, it's taking me a while to find these critters.
All right. Once I'm away from the bear, I'll put my weapons back.
Okay.
I've got the clubs sort of dangling at my sides and the
There. Right.
maul slung across my back as usual.
So you're walking along when you hear heavy footsteps, very heavy footsteps, indeed.
All right, I'll whip the maul off my back. Which
Give me
direction are they coming from?
in front of you from the northeast. Can I get a perception check?
Yeah. Ooh, 19.
All right, you aren't sure how many footsteps there are, or
They
what
sound
creature
heavy.
they're from. They sound very heavy. As if from a very large creature.
So this is still night, you said?
Uh-huh.
All right. I will sort of sidestep a ways and get behind a tree, maul in hand.
Okay.
Is there a tree large enough to hide my girth?
Yeah. Pretty large.
All right. And I will wait.
Okay.
Already, I'll ready an action to smack anything that
Um,
approaches me. But
a few moments later, the footsteps get louder and louder until you're like, "Holy shit! How the fuck big is this thing?" When
does it sound like one thing? As it gets
no,
closer?
it's hard to tell because the footsteps are so loud. When you see two, about 10 to 12 feet tall, step out in front of you, walking.
10
They're
to 12.
they're
Are they?
chatting in a language that you've never heard.
Yeah. Are
They've
they
got
proportioned like normal humanoids, or are they like normal humans, or do they look like ogres or trolls or
no,
some
they're
kind of
proportioned like
goblinoid?
normal people. They've got
Okay.
massive red beard, long flowing red hair. They're wearing bear pelts around their waist, but since they're so large, the bear pelts barely go down to their mid thigh. They've got a big belt around with this huge sword. They must be like using a claymore, like a broadsword or something, or a two-handed sword like a broadsword. It's just this massive weapon, but it could easily be held in one hand. It's something bigger than a two-handed sword.
Yeah.
They're wearing boots and long flowing yellow capes, as well as some studded leather armor on their chest. And they are casually chatting in some language.
Yeah. For the record, I speak common, dwarven, orc, and hobgoblin. But I'm assuming this is giant, out of character. Although even maybe an in character, I'm like, it looks like a giant person.
Yeah, it looks like a giant person.
I,
Yeah,
I crouch and stay behind the tree and hope they don't notice me. Although they do get -4 to hit me.
they do. Um, they're walking and chatting when one of them goes "argy bargy barg" and points directly at you, and the
Okay,
other one turns to look at
I
you.
stand and sort of back away with my hammer.
Okay.
Say, "Do you speak the common tongue?"
They mutter between each other, and one of them kind of squats down to look at you, and like beckons you closer to him.
I look to the other.
The other's standing there just
How
watching.
far away are they?
60 feet.
I'll approach.
Okay.
Hammer in my right hand. I'll try and give a gesture indicating that I mean no harm. I don't know how to sort of like
Show me a gesture.
just sort of like I don't know. I'm stepping towards him and sort of doing like a stop, and I don't know. I probably have trouble coming up with the gesture just like I am.
Okay.
So I eventually go back to readying my weapon, but I approach,
Okay.
trying to look, scared and skeptical, not threatening. I guess it's pretty hard to threaten a 12-foot tall creature.
Yeah. I mean, there's one of them squatting down, looking at you as it comes up, and as you approach, it speaks to you.
Okay.
In again in the same language that you don't understand.
How close does he let me get? Or how close do I get when he speaks to me?
You are 6 feet away from him.
Wow. Okay. So right up in
Right
his
up
grill.
in his, yeah.
They leave their swords on their back, right?
On their waist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts jib jabbing at you.
I say, I do not speak your tongue. I'm sorry.
He scratches his head and does this, like he grabs his ears and wiggles them at you and says a few words.
I sort of, with my left hand, grab my earring and sort of touch it. Is that...
He nods.
I shrug. I slide my hammer back on my shoulder.
He turns to the other guy and points at the earrings, and they jib jab for a little bit.
I tilt my head.
The one that's standing up crosses his arms and starts sternly shaking his head. What are you wearing, and what tattoos of yours are visible?
I'm wearing a full suit of chainmail with silks covering much of the rest.
Okay.
So it's pretty. There's not much visible. The only one that is normally visible is the one on my neck, which is probably pretty obscured by by the chain. What you call it? Like the chain hat.
Right. Ooh.
Well,
one of them rolls a natural 18 on his perception check. Anyway, so
okay. So let me look up which one that is. Bell, fatalism. So not particularly offensive necessarily.
Yeah, the one that's...
We got nihilists.
The one that's standing and crossing his arms goes...
Aaron's hammering in that kitchen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's really going at something. The other one points at his own neck, and the first guy looks at you, and then he starts bringing a finger towards your neck.
Oh, ew.
What?
What is that?
What?
Tastes like cake batter or like bread batter.
No. What's wrong with you?
Is that mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She just gave you she just let you test mayonnaise?
I guess so, yeah.
Ew, that's even more disgusting. If it was cake batter, that sounds delicious, but have some mayonnaise is awful.
Spicy mayonnaise. It was just a surprise. It's delicious. It turned out well. Surprise mayonnaise, though. Miss Hobgoblin is building a table or something. Nope. Building mayonnaise. Mayonnaise crafting.
Did you just call her Miss Hobgoblin?
No, that's someone in chat did.
Mrs. Hobgoblin? Is that what is? Are you guys married already? Did I not get invited to the wedding?
There's always so much banging on my end. Yes,
that's what
there
said.
is. I have no control. Audio issues galore. Okay, so he asks me to show.
Yeah, he starts reaching forward towards your.
I take a
Um,
step back and sort of pull back my chainmail to expose. It's a dwarven rune, though, so I don't
okay.
know that it actually would have significance to him.
Okay. He just peers at
So
it
I think
and
I don't think
scratches
it's
his
the holy
chin.
symbol of Bel. I think it actually says Bel in
Okay.
dwarven.
Well, then he just peers at it and scratches his chin for a little bit, and then they argue at each other for a little bit. Um, and then the one that's squatting in front of you stands up, hands on his waist, and looks at the other, and they chat a little bit. And then he squats back down and pats you on the head, and gives you like a little turn around and a little bit of a nudge and pushes you away.
I wave as I continue on my way.
All right.
Whew. Close call. I
Yeah.
don't think I could have taken those guys, even with 1 AC.
Yeah. Yeah. They get plus 11 to hit. So, and they have 13 hit dice plus 7 HP.
Well, that's even more HP than me.
Yeah, and armor class 2.
Why do they speak pirate? Argy bargy bargy.
So much banging, which inevitably results in surprise mayonnaise.
Oh, that's good. Who's that?
Oh, the solid gank.
Okay.
Well done, gank. That's good. That's
Okay.
real good. Oh, look, it's an In Control commercial on Seat Story Cup.
Oh, is he like,
No, it's from
these
the.
seats are the best?
It's from their office. I clearly can't hear it, but you know.
They had an MC one where he was like, this seat suck. You want good seat. And then he got a good seat and he was happy. And that was the end of the commercial. Anyways,
Anyway.
traveling through the woods,
Mm-hmm.
avoiding confrontation with giants and bears,
Mm-hmm.
and bear killing giants.
Maybe.
Oh, I should have told them about the bears, huh? That would have been a nice thing to do.
Well, it's not like you guys even spoke the same language. How would you tell them about bears?
He's got a dead one around his waist.
Guess you could have pointed to that.
And done like a bear gesture.
A bear gesture? What's a bear gesture?
I just did it. Okay.
All right. Anyway, you guys, you continue.
You guys, you DM
Guys.
too many parties.
Oh my god, too many parties, and it's been a long weekend. It was supposed to be a relaxed weekend, and it turned out to be an intense weekend. So I did not get any R&R, except for like the 14 hours that I slept on Saturday. I guess that was R&R. Yeah. Anyway,
Alrighty.
okay. We continue through the forest.
Is this still the first night?
No. At some point, you know, the sun starts to come back up. Yeah. And where are we on the map? Here, give me a perception check for your see how north you can travel during the night. 25.
5. That ought to do it. And then as soon as the sun rises, I sort of reorient myself to the east.
Right. You don't have too much problems with that. Too many problems, actually. Too many problems, I should say. Not too much problem. Okay. You continue doing your thing for a little while when, actually, perception check. God, fuck, I love
One
perception.
more perception check?
One more. Give me another one.
Oh. 22.
22. Okay. So you are traveling now during the day.
Surprise chips and salsa. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Yes, I'm still undead.
You're traveling through the day when you come across what seems to be a lion sleeping in the woods.
A lion? Lions and tigers and bears.
There's no tigers.
My.
But you're walking along and you see like the feet of this lion sticking out of this little shrubbery where it's been like apparently curled up underneath.
A lion, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Lions are probably pretty mean. Well, I want a good fight. You keep giving me these vicious animals that I want nothing to do with. I will ready my hammer and circle wide. So it's light out, right?
Yeah, it's light out.
So I would have penalties.
-2 to hit an AC.
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check.
My dex is actually not that bad. 21, barely squeaking by.
Okay.
Is that
You actually need higher than that.
okay?
So, yeah. So you start walking around, but your chainmail is pretty clanky and clingy. And as you do so, you see the feet start to wiggle a little bit, and then start to stretch as if the creature is waking up.
I continue sort of circle strafing around it, but I keep my
Okay.
face towards it.
All right. The lion starts to get to his feet, and as it does so, you notice something strange about it. Its tail seems to have to be spiky, as if with like some sort of like gray spike sticking out of its tail. And as it gets to its feet, you notice bat-like wings on its back, as well as a ridge of spines, a very large gray mane, and a face like a human.
Well then, would that be a Manticore or
It
something
would
of the
be a
sort?
Manticore. Well done. +1, 5 experience for correctly
For
guessing the
Ryan,
monster.
out of character.
Yeah.
I can guess all of your monsters.
Shut up. You can't guess any of my monsters. What was the giant, huh?
Furbolg.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, okay, so it was.
That's what you get for a decade with second edition.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not afraid of the poison, but I'm afraid of the many hit dice and probably breath weapons and yeah, I GTFO.
You start to GTFO.
I keep my front facing towards it, but I'm gonna get as actually no, I run with it, keeping a head over my right shoulder.
Okay. As you start to run, it growls after you. Where are you going, little man? I haven't had breakfast yet.
I continue to run and do not answer.
It starts chasing after you. On
All right,
all fours.
I wish to get up against a tree so that it can't like come flying down on top of me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So it's some large tree with cover,
Right.
and I will ready my hammer. There's no way I'm faster than it, right?
Oh god, no.
Okay.
It's chasing after you on the ground though. It seems
Okay.
to. Yeah. It runs
night-
at you, and it's
For
a
night, it might have been a different story, but daytime, I don't like these penalties.
Oh no! Is undead being a problem for you all of a sudden?
All of a sudden, I have always had problems with this curse.
Give me some initiative rolls here, buddy.
10.
Ooh, so this guy is actually size huge. It's only 15 feet long, which is
Heweg.
pretty long, but give me the DM screen. Size Heweg is +9 to initiative modifiers. You go first.
He speaks common.
Yeah, he speaks to you in the common tongue.
Can I change that to cast a spell, or is I guess if I've already been one to go first?
What spell are you casting?
I would change it to a command.
Yeah.
So I was turning around to expect to deliver blows, but
Yeah. I'll let you change it to command. That's
Okay.
pretty fast.
Okay. So let me just look up the spell text. I think if I speak his language, it'll work, and he gets his save or whatever.
Actually, let's say if you want to change something after you've already rolled initiative, just roll a new initiative on top of that.
On top of that,
Yeah.
this is sort of going to your old thing. I mean, the casting time of command is 1.
Yeah. So D10 plus 1 on top of what you have already. If you want to change your action.
So that doesn't make any sense.
Well, like you re-rolled initiative for Maul, right? And then you decided, holy crap, I want to cast a spell.
How far away is he though when we're rolling initiative? I mean, how far away was he when I spotted him? I almost think we should just like start combat over when I decide to cast a spell. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like he started charging at you. You got your back to a tree, turned around, started pulling out your maul. He's charging at you.
Okay. How far away was he at that point?
45 feet, 50 feet.
I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So 7 initiative.
You still go first.
Okay.
I told you,
Still
plus
not
9 to
entirely-
initiative is pretty awful.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Well, I mean, the idea is that you're not supposed to be changing. Like once you roll
yeah,
initiative,
I
you stick
understand
with
that.
your action. So
But the initiative system it's round based, so it's not like
right.
So it's not like you can change action and just like, okay, you wasted that time, add on this many extra times. It's like
I'm trying to let
Yeah.
you change your action while still
Yeah,
giving
no, I
keeping in accordance with some sort of rule
I
set.
understand.
Yeah. Okay, so you still go first. Get your command spell off.
Okay. Let me. I wanted to double check that it would work and all of that. Command. Another. So it's creature language must be understood. Okay, so there's nothing about it being. So if it has high 13 or higher intelligence, it gets a saving throw. Otherwise, it just obeys. So
Okay.
I will command it to flee.
If its intelligence is what?
13 or higher, it gets a saving throw. Otherwise, it just obeys for 1 round.
It's just intel. There's no level or like
Um,
associated with that.
Okay, sorry. 6 hit. Hold on. Creatures with 13 or higher intelligence, or 6 or more hit die, or 6 or more hit die.
Get a saving throw.
Saving throw versus spell, adjusted for wisdom. And I shout, "Flee!" and sort of point backwards in the other direction.
All right. Well, it comes skidding to a halt, turns its back to you, and fucking takes off.
Okay, I'll then try to smack it in the back. I guess if it was that close, I was originally gonna run, but I'm like, okay, if I see it, like,
Yeah, I mean, it skids to a halt like 15 feet out from you.
okay,
Turns around, and starts running. So
okay.
it spends
So
its
do you-
turn running.
Okay, so do you want to make? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So do you want to roll initiative again?
Yes. Initiative for next round.
9. So with those awesome initiatives, am I able to close during that fleeing round?
No, because its movement rate is 12.
Okay.
So
then
for its
can I
turn, it
throw-
ran 12 feet. Yeah.
All right. Then can I throw a club at it this round? I mean,
Yes.
you can make initiative penalties, but either way, it's like.
Yes, you can throw a club.
And I will half move. So I'll throw the club and then half move the other direction. Do you
Okay.
want me to reroll initiative to see? I guess it's not doing anything this round, but running, right?
Right. Well, no, because it ran last round. Like its action for last round changed to fleeing, so this round it would get its normal action.
It would. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
because it only affects it for 1 round.
Yeah. So
Um,
and since I went first in the initiative order, you're saying that was last round, not this. Whatever. Okay.
Right,
So
yeah,
I'll then I'll already. Well, then I'll go ahead with what I rolled and do a maul attack. Sorry for all the flip flopping over here.
That's fine.
So then.
So you run to close with it. It turns around,
So
and yeah, you
I do go first, correct?
do go first. Yeah.
Is this still a back attack or no?
I'm actually curious if I don't think you could catch up to it this round.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. So
Movement
if you
speed
can't
8.
catch up to it, what are you going to do?
But if it's turning to close with me, then I think I would have run the other direction.
Okay, so you
If
take
I
off the
can't-
other direction.
If I can't close or throw a club, I will ready an action to smack it, and I will move the other direction. Maybe give me a movement penalty so that I can keep an eye over my shoulder to turn around and face it if it charges again.
Okay, so you're not actually you can't run and ready an action. Ready an action.
So half move, then ready an action. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So
Ready
you
an action.
half
turn
move and
around
ready
and
action.
smack it. Yeah.
Got it. So you half move away from it, and you get your maul up ready to
Forget the
attack
club.
it.
That was if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It growls at you and says, "You are not some mere snack. What are you?" And it kind of turns and gets its tail and flicks its tail at you, and
Ooh, not a Manticore. It's like a Manticore variant of some kind.
6 iron spikes fling out of its tail at you.
Shit. I have AC 15 minus 2 because it's sunlight.
Okay, so 13.
Mm-hmm. And they all hit because it's got like +5 to hit or something.
4 of the iron spikes hit you for a total of, what is this? 12 damage.
Oh, shit. Okay. Does it look like it threw the iron spikes and now there's none left in its tail?
Its tail
it's-
definitely has fewer spikes in it. There's still a few left, but there's not a ton.
Okay. And was that its action for the round and it's kept its distance?
Yeah.
So then can
I mean,
burn-
it's not that far away from you. It did a half move towards you to do that. So it is
its half
now.
move is more than mine.
It's a
but
lot
it's
more than
ran
yours.
away and I don't know.
Yeah.
So I readied that attack and didn't get to use it. Can I burn
Right,
that as a movement or can I convert
You
it
can
to
burn that
attack?
as a movement at this point. It's not close enough to attack, but you can burn it as a move.
Okay.
Would you like to move towards or away?
If I move towards, do I get 2 attacks next round?
No. You still get your normal.
Yeah. I move away.
Okay.
And I shout back to it. Say, I don't taste good, I assure you.
All right.
And I will... I'll cast a Cause Light Wounds on myself the next round.
Okay. Give me an initiative. Oh my god. 19 for that. There's no way you're not going to go first.
It's impossible for me to not go
It's
first.
physically impossible for you not to go first. So,
I rolled as bad as I could. 15.
yeah.
So spell failure, pass. Nice.
Full HP.
No, it dealt 12 damage. Oh, max HP.
Yeah,
I'm still
max
down.
full on your
And I
rolls.
do a half move away from it and face it as
Okay.
it charges me, presumably.
Yeah, this time it runs at you.
Actually, yeah. It's clear that it's faster than me, right?
Yes.
So can I mean, not necessarily booking it as... So try to get next to a tree or whatever. Back
Yeah.
to a tree.
Okay.
Instead of running as fast as I can.
It runs up to you. No charge, but it approaches you. And rolls to hit. It bites at you with its mouth and swipes at you with its claws. It is a monster, so you don't get attacks of opportunity on it as it does so.
Yeah.
The bite hits, and the claws all hit. Actually, everything hits.
Are you trying to kill me or something?
No, but I obey the dice rules, and by rules I mean rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hopefully with that bite, it'll get a taste of my undeath and realize this is not a tasty creature.
you take 2 and 1 from the claws, and 5 from the bite.
So 3 plus 5 is 8.
8, yeah. You take 8 total.
Okay.
And then initiative.
Say, I don't taste so good, do I?
It growls and spits. What are you? As it starts spitting out some of the...
11.
You
Spitting
go
out
first.
some of blood.
Yeah.
So I get -2 plus 1 for level, so -1 total.
Yeah, I guess.
16.
It's a hit.
It's Hewegg.
It is Hewegg.
7 damage.
Okay. Alright. It growls and takes another set of attacks at you again. It lands a single claw on you, and it critically fumbles one of its bite, and it fails.
Chips its tooth on my mail.
Yeah, it gets a nice bite around your edge of your shirt, and
It's disgusted by my taste.
cries in pain as one of its teeth gets ripped out in your chainmail. And the one claw attack that hits you cannot do 4, does 3 damage.
All right.
It loses its bite attack for the next 2 rounds because it rolled a 1 and then a 2 on its saving throw.
All right. Initiative.
Yes.
8.
Yeah, because yeah. Well, you go first because it can't. It's supposed to. Oh, give me that saving throw. Give me a saving throw.
Oh, fail.
Oh god, this is beautiful. Your
Zero. I
hand,
roll a 0.
you swing your maul right at its head. It, pulls its head down. Your maul goes right over it and slips out of your hand and just goes and clatters on the ground.
So much for a second attack that round.
Yeah, so much for a second attack that round. It is about 15 feet to the over there.
Okay.
The guy makes 2 claw attacks at you. One of them hits, one of them misses. You take 1 damage from the claw attack.
All right. Next round. Can I move and get the maul in this round?
Yeah, it's not that far away from you. You just
Okay. 15 feet. I mean, that's a half move for me, right? So I can.
Yeah, you could easily
Can I make an
shift
attack
to the
this round
side.
even, or?
Yeah, I'll let you slip to the side, grab it, and swing it.
Okay. 7 initiative. All right. So I slip past its guard, pick up my maul. Do you want to delay my attack, or can I just make?
No, you can still make an attack. It rolled really poorly on its initiative.
Go!
Oh my god!
Revenge of the Black Die.
Oh, Revenge of the Kobolds.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Fail to save her step again. The slippy fingers.
What is your save versus death?
10.
Okay, so you barely failed this one though.
Yeah. If it was poison, I would have passed.
Yeah. Okay. -1 to hit on your next attack. You're unsteady on your feet. Your willpower is failing. You're a little bit nervous.
Next attack or next round?
No, the creature gets to go. Has
No,
a
the
round.
-1 to hit on the next attack or on the next round?
On the next attack.
Okay.
Yeah. It still can't bite you because it's still missing a tooth and bleeding out of its mouth. The claw attacks come down. One of them hits you again for 1 more damage. Oh, the ones, guys, the ones. Oh god, look at all the ones in chat. It's beautiful.
Oh, the one-sided or the one on the d20s.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I love
Right.
that. Die.
Initiative.
Initiative. Where it
11.
Oh my god, it goes first.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god, it goes
I'm
first.
getting
Okay.
low, sir.
I can finally get its bite
Don't
back.
kill me.
I'm not trying to kill you. You rolled ones. You rolled lots of ones.
I only have
Oh my god.
17 down, so that leaves me at 8.
Okay.
I hope the oh my god is bad.
Yeah, it keeps rolling 5s and 4s on its attacks.
That's fine. It's better than
No,
2
no.
in a row.
Oh my god, another one. I'm switching d4s. It did another 1 damage on its claw attack to you. Hold on. I gotta get a new d4. One that can roll something other than 4s and 1s.
All right, my turn.
Yes, your turn.
So first attack, 16 is a hit.
16 is a hit.
9 damage.
Wow.
And second attack, I'd only -2 rather than -3. Shit, 9 is not going to do it.
Okay. You maul it pretty hard, and it kind of stumbles with the blow.
Straight maulin'.
Okay, an initiative roll.
I growl at it. I say, I'm not worth your life. D10 plus 5, 7.
You go first.
Big money, no whammies. Is that a crit? Is that a crit?
It is not a crit.
Damn it.
It's not a crit. 2 higher, and you would have crit. Its AC is 16.
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. You whammy it in the face, and it growls and starts to back away, and it says, "Tough little bastard. If this wasn't a forest, I would have you no problem." And he starts to back away.
I will
from you a
follow
little bit.
after him. So I will try and. I mean, he's yeah. So I'll try and stay up in his grill.
Okay.
I tell him. I say, leave. I can't chase you. But I don't want to. Yeah.
He starts to slowly back away. You say you stay close and in his face.
No. I will follow after him. I don't want to stay within attacking range of him, but I want to not close the distance. I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for him to attack, he's gonna have to move at me.
All right.
Instead of
So he backs away for a little bit, and then at some point, kind of puts his head in the air and says, "I'll give you your life today. Well done on the field of battle. but next time I see you, you will be my meal. He flips his head around and starts walking away, which quickly turns into a full-on sprint and disappears into the forest.
Whew. I don't know if I get to chase him down and finish him, but I'm pretty battered. One good round for him could have killed me. So,
We need new dice. We need...
slinging my bloody maul on my shoulder, I continue walking north. Thanking the gods for sparing me this time and granting me the experience for defeating that creature.
I don't know if you really defeated that creature, though, Ryan.
Excuse me?
I'm just kidding. Regal. There we go. Experience generator.
No, chat. A natural 20 is an auto hit, not an auto crit.
This is correct.
All right. We don't need to do experience now. It's just
I just want to have an idea of what's going on.
okay.
Uh,
So I'm overdue to memorize spells. Can I just stop right now and memorize spells?
sure. As long
It
as you
seems like
rest
I can
for
do
an
that. I
hour.
mean, usually you need like a full night's sleep. Since I'm not
No,
sleeping,
you don't
just
need
like,
sleep. You just need an hour of meditation.